Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with Redo Over, and we're just picking up here with some more uh, sessions of Master Orion. So we're just playing through a touch, and yeah, let's have some fun with it. Where did we leave off here? I just colonized this world. Oh, that's right. I'm trying to save up my BC to get to 400 so I can outright buy the automated factory to get production going on this planet. So we'll just hit next turn. I see I'm studying
The
economics.
News hail you as soon as you get close to their planet. They might not have reached the stars yet, but yours are not the first spaceships they've detected. They have been waiting for a new contact since deploying their long-range scanners some 100 years ago, and receive you with arms wide open.
Okay, so I can hit view. So this is one of the mini races. Essentially, they will never leave their planet, but they're essentially sentient, sapient. These are traders, is their class. They don't generate resources. They have 5 population on their planet. But yeah, they're essentially a little tiny independent. No empire has a dominant influence over this minor civilization yet, but we would like to uh, get influence. We'd gain their 5 population into our voting sphere for political victories. And beyond that, this race will provide the protecting race 5 credit per turn to all the colonies in the system with it. So it can really pay off over hundreds of turns of gameplay. So I'll hit done. And that is here.
Welcome,
Oh,
my friend. I am the Commodore of the Nolan League. If you were looking for a fair deal, look no further.
this is the Nolan League. These guys are essentially like traders, I guess. Trade goods and what. They're quite rich, relatively friendly. We'll hit OK. So our advisor here is saying minor civilizations inhabit single colonies with no interest in expansion or military dominance. They produce and build like any other race but lack space traveling capabilities and do not build fleets. Okay, thanks. So that's the minor civilization on Niu Prime. But this ship right here is the Nolan scout ship. And you can see it's a different color, different style. But we would want to try and hopefully colonize this planet here, our ECR scout ships en route to this unexplored planet. We would like to have influence over Niu Prime, not them. I see the pirate ships heading off towards Nolan space. So right now, what are we working on here? Autofac. We may want to try and get another colony ship going after this auto factory is done. So that'll be completed this next turn. Pirate fleet detected there, but we're not worried about it. It's going away from us. So that being said, next turn, a lot of things will happen on this turn.
Excuse me, President.
Our first space factory is ready. Okay, so let's zoom in here. We made a space factory at Sol Prime. Now, this space factory, when you click on it, has a little hammer. So if I fly over here to a warp point, I could build like a stellar fortress, like a military outpost. I could build a scanning sensor, but I'm going to send it over here to the gas giant, Sol 2. Once it's there, the hammer turns blue, and when I click on that, it says Super Scalar Gas Harvester. Yeah, that's all you can make there, but when you make it, it'll give you 5 credits per turn, no additional maintenance. It just kind of pays for itself. But essentially, we'd be collecting helium-3, I think it's called. Supposed to be pretty valuable. Most gas giants have it in the atmosphere. But these are all the different things you can build. A lot of these are blacked out right now, but eventually we'll be able to build other stuff. So let's start building. And it'll take 5 turns, but other than that, it doesn't cost us anything. So we'll develop that. We might go develop these asteroids up here. There's another gas giant here we could exploit. There's quite a bit we could do. But Space Factory completed at Sol Prime, but nothing else was queued up yet. Now, we were just talking about how we might want to send another colony ship out sooner rather than later. So look, I could build biospheres, I could build a hydroponic farm. Those are both good. They are. But maybe we want that colony ship. Yeah, you know what? Actually, we need a destroyer because we need to go be handling like those pirate bases. Wow. It's tough. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. Build a destroyer first. So without the destroyer, we have to keep dodging around our frigate everywhere. Frigate's not strong enough to destroy a pirate base. But I really want that colony ship. Let's do the colony ship first. Having another colony is more important than... we can try and avoid the pirates as much as possible. Or we could send the frigate as a guide with the colony ship when it's built. So, you notice here, we'll have our next population in 6 turns. We won't have the colony ship for 18 turns. So our population will grow, but when that colony ship is made, it will take a population away with it. So at least we won't shrink too much when that happens. So that's building there, the space factory. And now up at Tormontis, I could go to the planet itself, or I could click on the Empire tab up here. And you can see here, Tormontius 2, I can just click the yellow 400 BC buy, and now I've done it. We've purchased it. I'll hit done. And that looks like that's about all there is to do this turn. Our scout is still scouting. We have another scout. I'll try and send it out somewhere useful. Oh, it is trying to get this way, I think. Hold on. Yeah, it's auto-exploring. Keeps getting run off by pirate ships, but again, we need more frigates or we need destroyers to really take care of the pirates. But let's just hit fleet needs orders. We're just going to have this guy guard or block for the time being. And next turn. Alright, I see the Nolan scout ship up here. Remember, scout ships have no weapons of any kind, so most aliens aren't too hostile towards them. They'll let them explore through the territory, at least early in the game. So you see the factories working there, and then over here, automated factory completed at Tormontius 2 because we purchased it outright, so it got delivered today. Now we have 2 production here, plus 2, even though there's no people working there. So, and if I mouse over, you see population production is 0, but structures production is 2. So it gives us a little bit of building capability, which is good. We want that. What should we build? Well, the first thing I would say, we don't want to like try and work on a destroyer or something. That'd be like 43 turns, take forever. But let's get a biosphere built up. That biosphere will take 23 turns, but it will yield 1 extra food and 1 extra resource for our colony to start with. That would be really helpful. So we'll lock that in there for now. And we may eventually, if we have enough credits, we might buy it outright. But as this gets produced, the buyout will decrease turn by turn. As more and more of it's built in situ, we can then buy out the rest of the parts if we had to, just simply by clicking the buy. Done. Okay, I think that's it. We have 8 more turns till our next research is done. So here, let's hit next. I see our scout ships are moving. I would bet you that's a pirate base right there. Whoa, new leader just popped up. Move my little face box real quick here so you can see this. This is Maja the Captain. Maja was born. Let's see. Maja was born on a deep space mining ship surrounded by mercenaries and hired guns of all races and breeds. She eventually fell in with the Sakra crew and trained them as a rare Nolim combatant, eventually gaining enough clout to command her own ship. So she comes to us from the Nolim League, which is why we didn't have access to a Nolim leader until now. So she would command a fleet, so she would we'd put her as a captain of one of our spaceships. Right now her rank is commander. It would cost us 6 BC per turn to have her, though. And we could hire her for simply 18 BC right now, and then it'll cost us 6 BC per turn. What she would do, though, is she would increase our command points by 10%. That's huge. Command points are one of the harder things to get in the game. You get it through some technologies, and you get it by building space stations around planets. But each planet, each colony can only have 1 space station, so it's very linear. But with this, yeah, that would be nice. And she can give you a plus 10% on the missile attack, which I don't really give a crap about. I want her. I'm going to hire her. And now it just took us to the leaders tab, which is up here. That's always available. We just hadn't come in here yet. So here's Maja. She's unassigned. This is her salary, the other information. So I could dismiss her. I don't want to, though. I'm going to assign her. And I'm going to assign her to one of our scout ships. Not the frigate. Scout. No. This one. Scout ship. The reason... Well, we got to be a little careful. See, if she dies, if the ship she's on gets destroyed before we get battle pods, she's gone and lost to us. So we could put her on the frigate to try and keep her safe. But a scout, she'll gain more experience because she's out there sailing the stars and gaining more experience. Whereas the frigate will have to fight combat to gain experience, which I guess she could do against pirates. So maybe for safety, we'll put her on the frigate just so she doesn't die on a defenseless scout out there in deep space. It takes 4 turns for her to get to that frigate. And some of the leaders that we'll get, as you'll see, will be leaders of colonies. And then you assign them to a certain planet or colony. Done. Military advice here from Victoria. A leader has approached us. Awesome. So we hire that leader. I think you can have up to 9 or 10 leaders in the game. So over the course of the first half of the game, you'll be exposed to quite a few leaders. So that'll be fun. Let me move my face back. Okay. So our scout ships are going out. Our frigate is there waiting for Victoria, although we could move it. She'd find her way to it. Let's just hit next turn. All right. Atari discovered. This is the Atari system. Let's hope our scout doesn't get eradicated by pirates. Oh, and by the way, up here at Niu Prime, I would love to gain influence over Niu by building a colony in the same system, and that would make them part of our protectorate. We don't conquer them. They join us willingly. The issue is, though, Niu 2 is a tiny volcanic world, but it's ultra-rich in minerals, and it has gold. So this would be a real powerhouse world to build on. There, you see that a little better that time. So we might put a colony ship there eventually. Might not. We'll see. Next turn. I'm just watching our BC up here. It's at 95. It's climbing. In case there's anything we want to purchase. We have 14 turns left on the colony ship. Let's go again. Our population is going to increase very soon. We've reached a pirate base. View the planet. I see it's Matar 2 there. Right there. You see that? Matar 2? Okay, thanks. We got to be a little careful. If this generates a pirate ship, it will come after our scout real fast. So we might want to try and flush this guy out. I guess we'll just risk it. We'll see if our scouts can survive long enough to get out of that system before a pirate attacks. Space Factory finished Superscalar Gas Harvester. There it is. So this guy is going to yield us the 5 BC a turn. And now we might want to consider defending our borders a bit. So I could see building a military outpost here, but you know what I'd really like to do is start harvesting these asteroid belts. So let's send this guy up here, and we're going to start him investigating or building a research lab or asteroid mining. We'll decide when it gets there. Research lab will generate extra research points per turn.
To GNN,
There's the
Galactic
GNN.
News Network.
Long-range scanners have detected a gigantic space amoeba lurking in a previously unexplored sector of space.
Okay. So there are giant alien creatures you find out here, such as space eels and amoebas and all sorts of cool stuff. And you can eventually fight them and conquer the solar system. So that's fun. I see we're finding some new planets down here. That's the Atari Prime, low-gravity world. Not that interested. Here's a low-gravity volcanic, very poor. So this would not be an awesome volcano world, because it's freaking poor. Oh, I see pirate ship right here. If it makes a move towards our scout, we'll... Ah, shit, we won't get out on time, actually. It all depends on how long it takes it to travel that distance. Okay, we'll risk it. Next turn, let's see what happens. So we discovered this planet. I see these guys are coming up this way. Oh, crud, in that pirate ship. I don't think we're going to get away from that pirate. See, this guy just popped. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get out of there, but we'll try and run, and then we'll let this guy continue on his way because we might be able to get into here before the pirates are done with their stuff. But this is like pirate-infested space here, so it's kind of treacherous. Next turn. On the pirates' turn, yeah, it's coming in for our scout. We don't even have a chance to run, it looks like. So auto-resolve, scout's gone. It's all right. I'm glad we didn't put our new leader on that scout ship. Scouts are very cheap to make, and we can make more. Reality is we've kind of explored our sector. I didn't point out, but you see this warp line here, sort of this pinkish red. That means we need a technology to travel through that slipstream. So this isn't accessible for, probably another 100, 150 turns of the game. So this is a dead end for the aliens also, so no one can come through here for now. So this is really the last system we haven't explored. And then up this way, of course, heading off this way would lead to the Nolam area, which we might go check out. But yeah, I'm going to let this scout try and sneak into this solar system and explore it. And I see these pirates are coming for us up here. So let's choose research.
Our scientists have made a new discovery.
Colonial Revenue Service. So this will give us extra BC per population. And what do we want to research next? Something useful. Let's see here. Colony base, civil transport, xenodiplomacy, spy center, electronic computer, deep space scanner, lasers, all sorts of good stuff. Not all of it's equally good, though. I could see the Class 1 shield would probably be very handy, and the spy center would be handy. We could start spying on the Nolan, still in technology. Let's go for the, yeah, let's do the spy center first. I mean, it's going to be a little bit probably till the Nolams try and attack us. We can try and make peace with them, so let's hit next turn. That's probably a pirate base right there, if I had to guess. And next turn, we have 256 BC right now. Yeah, so this is great. This scout's getting in behind that pirate as they leave their system. We're going to explore it, then we'll send the scout back for safekeeping in our system. Yeah, let's actually send our frigate out. Let's see if we can have this frigate go intercept those pirates and destroy them, and that'll get some experience for our captain on there. And next turn. Perfect. Still exploring. And I would love... I want to make sure our guy gets there before this pirate tries to leave the system, so I'm pushing him ahead. But here, Space Factory is around the asteroid. So let's click this. We can do an Asteroid Lab, which will give us 2 research per turn, but it costs some maintenance of 2 BC per turn. I would rather do the Asteroid Mine. It's +4 credits with no maintenance costs. So that just adds money to us, doesn't cost us anything. Let's do that. BC is really valuable in the game. It kind of helps grease the wheels of everything else. It's not like critical in that sense, but when you have a deficit, it's hard to overcome. So at least early on, I try and make as much of the galactic BC credits as I can. And then let's see, what do we got going on? Tormontis is growing ever so slowly here. And then here's Sol Prime. 4 more turns till they grow another population, which is great. So they'll get a second person before that colony ship is made. So let's wait that out. Next turn, we've revealed the final planet, and then they're going to check out those asteroids. I'm going to rush in here next to the scout ship, just in case the pirate comes and attacks. We'll be able to take it on. I don't think it'll get a shot at the scout ship. That might work out. Next turn. Oh, so look at these pirate bases. There's one here. There's one there. Here's the pirate raider. Here's our frigate. We'll just auto-resolve. There we go. They were no match for us. We could have gone into that cinematic battle thing, but no sense. We won. And then if I go up to my leader, you can see here Maja has a little bit of experience going around here. So ship leaders learn additional experience by exploring anomalies, discovering planets, engaging in battles, contacting races, killing space monsters, killing the Orion Guardian, which is like a giant. You'll see. You'll see. So yeah, that worked pretty good. You know, I would love to send our frigate off into deep space, but we got to be a little careful to protect our home planet. I don't want to get too far away, but see, I could send the ship way out here to go explore new planets. Probably not necessary. She'll level up easily enough. But up here, when I go to my command points, you can see that we have 10 command points, base command points. That just means like basic to the game. You start with 10. Our 1-star base around Sol Prime gives us 5 more. And our leader gives us a 10% bonus of 1.5, and they round it up. And then you can see the scout, the frigate, the space factory each cost 1 command point. So that's how you can easily see how much it's costing you. If you have more ships than you have command points, it will cost you straight up BC to maintain them. So it's kind of like how much military can your DCs support is the idea there. But yeah, I want that civilian ship ready soon. And actually, at this point, hopefully our scout can make it out and head up here and go into Nolam space. You can see that's where it's headed to. So we'll let it go. Hopefully pirates won't kill it on the way. So next turn. I see we've got quite a bit of money on the BC here. I might hold on to that 400 though, so that when we drop our next colony ship, we can buy that automated factory right off the bat. And that would really help jumpstart our colony. So fleet needs order and Sol Prime has grown. Oh yeah, they got another person. So that when this colony ship's made, it's probably going to grab a farmer and put him on that colony ship. So that's going to happen. But a fleet needs orders. So we're just going to have our frigate guard again. We want to keep them alive. And next turn. I see our space factory is getting close to being done with that asteroid mine, which is nice. And one more turn, and we will have our colony ship. And you'll notice that Sol Prime's population goes from 10 to 9. Our colony ship is ready. Okay, thanks. So here's our colony ship. And actually, let's decide where we're going to send it. We'll group it up with the frigate, so the frigate can fly escort. But we have a lot of nice planets that we could theoretically go colonize. Now, I notice this is a red line and this is a red line, so this is sort of a dead end down here. We can go put a colony even in a system that has a pirate base. Pirates might like embargo our planet, but they can't conquer it. They don't have enough people. So these are toxic world or radiated worlds. This is a toxic world, and this is a volcanic world. So this is a crazy bad system. This one here, this was a pretty nice planet, normal gravity. This was a nice world, low gravity though, not that great. This was a low gravity gold, tiny, ultra poor. These are barren worlds. You could mine them and you could colonize them, but they're not really great. There's not that many good options, I gotta be honest with you. I see this little world here, low gravity, dark quartz. Yeah, that's not so great. I almost want to get to Nayu too for the ultra richness and the gold and all that, and just to get that BC coming in from Nayu. I think it would pay, and it would block it off this pathway from the Nolans. We don't want the Nolans colonizing this way. Look, there's no other outlets to our sector of space, right? Except these reds. Back out a little bit there. So these dotted lines, that's protected for now. So if we can put our final colony here, we've locked all of this part of the galaxy off for ourselves. And we can backfill later. So I think we should send our colony ship and race it out here, colonize this volcanic world, and figure out how to make it work. So, let's send the colony ship over, and then we're going to have it guard there. And the reason I did that is now it put Fleet A now is the frigate and the colony ship. They'll move together. Now that I have them selected, I am going to send them off. It'll take 6 turns to get to Nayu 2. So we're going to do that. And then it looks like we have to choose production on Sol. They just completed that. So I'm going to put a guy up here in research. I don't want to let research get too shoddy. Production's key for, yeah, okay. We can produce more, but in another 7 turns we'll have another person. I like to grow the population first. But since we got to work on something, let's get that destroyer and go tackle those pirate bases. And then I'm going to do the biosphere next. And then I think I'll probably do a colonial revenue service. That'll yield 1 BC per population on this planet, and our population here is like 9 or 10. That'll be 9 or 10 extra BC a turn. That's really good. So let's start building here. All right. So they've now got all that in the queue. So that's what's going to happen here. Next turn. These guys will get going here on pretty shortly. Okay, next turn. We went again. Sweet. So you see our scouts going to head out into deep space there. This is the Nolan scout is floating around. Finished our asteroid mine. So now let's send our guy over here to build a research station on the Antaran runes. We can't mine Antaran runes, but we can gain research. It costs maintenance. But this is a big part of opening up portals to the Antaran home pocket dimension. The big showdown in the end. So we want to do this. We want to go
to GNN.
Here we go.
Galactic News Network.
Let's watch.
Members of the human race were momentarily distracted from the grueling plight of daily survival as new ground is broken for the first ancient ruin investigation facility in the human republic.
There you go. So we're going to research what the Antarans were up to back in aeons ago, and we're going to learn from their technology. Eventually we'll be able to confront them. So they're working on that. New pirate fleet detected. Oh, wow. Okay. I see that pirate fleet just came out of there, and every 10 turns or so, a new pirate ship comes out. Our scouts should be able to outrun that pirate, and our colony base is protected because our frigate's with them, so we'll be able to colonize this safely. Should work. And then Space Factory finished asteroid mine. We know that because we just dealt with that. Next turn, we'll get a new research. Xeno Relations will finish it, looks like. All right. Another pirate fleet detected near Tamech down here coming out. We don't know where they're going. That's probably the threatening fleet. Yeah. Sometimes it'll give you a threatening fleet warning. Might just be a pirate warning. Xeno Relations Research. Choose new research.
Scientists have made a new discovery.
Okay. Spy Center and Xeno Diplomacy. This improves our communication with other races, allowing more fluid dialogue and open new avenues of negotiation. That's really good. We're humans, so we're very good negotiators anyway. It's like our species trait, so we'll be really good at spying, negotiating, trade treaties, research treaties, all that good stuff. So I'll tell you what I really want now is I want this colony base. Allows colony ships to deploy this life sheltering structure when settling a colony. The colony base helps kickstart a new colony's development and is especially important for settling inhospitable worlds, such as volcanic world. So for instance, that colony base would allow us to produce +1 food on that volcanic world. So we want to do that. Done.
Pardon me, President.
We can now build a spy center. Okay? So before, when we went up to the espionage tab, there's nothing in here. You need to unlock the spy center from the technology tree and build one at a colony. You only ever need to build one spy center on any of your colonies. You don't have to build a bunch of them, but we'll get to that shortly. Now, I am a little concerned, though. It's possible when we put our colony ship down on Niu 2, they won't be able to make any food. Because we haven't researched that colony base upgrade yet. We'll see what happens. Actually, I'm at about 30 minutes, so I'm going to probably save it right here. And then I might play forward and see what happens. Like just the 4 turns and just check. And then reload. But if you've watched thus far, thank you so much. And I'll see you on the next one.